Hi LEGO fans, it's time for yet another LEGO Movie 2 set review, and this time there's no Emmett. I was starting to think this might be like the LEGO Batman movie all over again, but thankfully no. Today I'm going to be unboxing, speed building, and reviewing set number 70836 Battle-Ready Batman and MetalBeard from the LEGO Movie 2. This is a 168-piece set featuring MetalBeard in Crab Mech form, a new for 2019 Battle-Ready Batman who looks very similar to the one we got with Welcome to Apocalypseburg, and this guy. Apparently he's called Maddox, but that facial expression really reminds me of one of the Shark Army people from the Ninjago movie. If my memory serves me well, this is based on a scene early in the movie when the guys are all hiding inside Apocalypseburg from Sweet Mayhem. Over on the back of the box we get a closer look at what's inside. We have the Battle-Ready Batman minifigure with large wings sitting on something that looks like it came from the Game of Thrones. We also have the MetalBeard Crab Mech, which I believe is an exclusive to this set, one of those really cute stars, and the guy we've never heard of riding around in MetalBeard's crow's nest. There's a miniature Batcave hidden beneath the Iron Throne, a mechanised You're Welcome sign, and you can open up MetalBeard's chest to reveal his internal organs. Ew, gross! With 168 pieces, it doesn't feel like we're getting a lot for our $20, but you can never really tell until you get inside the box. So without further ado, let's open up this box and see what we've got inside. Here's everything that came inside the box. We've got 3 numbered bags of LEGO, although I have to confess 2 would have probably done the job. And a 62-page instruction booklet. I'm going to go ahead and build Battle-Ready Batman and MetalBeard, and today this is going to be a 45-second speed build. And here's a completed Battle-Ready Batman and MetalBeard. Build time today was 27 minutes, and with the exception of MetalBeard's legs, this was pretty easy to put together. MetalBeard stands on 5 spindly legs and they're really difficult to line up. But we'll come back to MetalBeard in a couple of minutes. While this set does look very cool, the $20 price tag does seem a little bit high for a 168-piece LEGO set. But let's take a look at the set and we can figure out whether it's good value or not. We're going to start out by taking a look at Batman and his throne, then we're going to take a look at Maddox and I'll reveal where we saw that face before, and then we'll finish up with the Crab Mech Metalbeard. Batman's throne is quite a cool little display piece. It stands 5.5 inches tall with the You're Welcome sign fully outstretched. Using some simple gearing, the sign swings from left to right just like it did in the movie. There are only 2 gears involved here, and honestly they don't really add a lot to the set. The sign, as you'd expect, is a stickered part and it shows the words You're Welcome lit up in lights. The throne features a place for Batman to either sit or stand, but I prefer to stand him up, otherwise he tends to lose his Batarangs. With Batman out of the way for a moment, you can see that the seat is very simple. We have a couple of 1x2 jumpers to create somewhere for Batman to sit or stand. Removing Batman also reveals the pivot point to which those gears are attached. Attached to the back of the throne we have a pair of large wing elements. I did think these were going to be attached to the minifigure, but clearly I was very wrong. These are actually attached to a brown Y-shaped element which holds them rigidly in place. Also attached to the back of the throne we have 2 katana elements. This is why I keep dropping all of the references to the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. The throne is mounted atop a large rock element and has a ladder to reach the top. The ladder is on a pivot which gives us a better look at the rock element. It's a large element that stands 6 bricks high and is surrounded by dark and light grey bricks. Around the back we have 2 clips which give us convenient places to mount those Batarangs. I do like to imagine this is a secret entrance to the Batcave, but in reality I think it's probably not. This is the Battle-Ready Batman minifigure, in my opinion one of the best minifigures from the LEGO Movie 2. Comparing Battle-Ready Batman to the version we got in the Apocalypseburg set, you'll notice quite a few differences. The one on the left is the one from this set, and the one on the right is the one from Apocalypseburg. Firstly, you'll notice that the legs are different colours, although they have the same printing on top. The Apocalypseburg version has brown and black moulded legs, whereas this version just has black legs. It's a similar thing with the arms. The Apocalypseburg Batman has dual moulded arms and some fancy printing, but this set just has the plain old flesh coloured variety. But minor details aside, we do have a very sharp Battle-Ready Batman minifigure. Down at the bottom here we've got these black legs which are overprinted in grey and in metallic silver. We've got the metallic silver kneecaps and then the metallic silver toe caps there, which look great. Now we have this very cool indeed shoulder piece. I really like this. This is my favourite piece. This is actually made out of two different types of plastic. We've got the hard plastic at the front there. Sorry, Batman. And then this is overlaid with some soft plastic for the tyres. Yeah, this is actually two different plastic compounds moulded together, and it looks awesome and it feels great too. We have the almost vintage looking bat symbol on the front there, which is picked out in metallic silver with the red inlay, and then around the back just a bit of detailing there where the soft rubber meets the hard plastic. The cowl is pretty much a standard Batman cowl with the eyes, and those eyes reveal these white sections on the headbands. I always think this is a bit kludgy the way LEGO do this, but they do it and it's very effective. That helps to give the minifigure eyes for Bruce Wayne and also allow the whites to show through, which is how we're used to seeing Batman. Great expression on the back there with a kind of goofy expression, and then very much more serious on the front. Now let's see what else we've got. We've got the utility belt, and then to see the rest of it I'm going to have to take this guy apart. So let's dismantle him a little bit and take a look at that torso print. What do we have here? Yeah, we've got Batman's amazing abs, and then we've got all of this strapping around here. You can see we've got some metallics there, and then more really nice printing on the back of the torso piece. I'm not going to put this guy back together, but we do have an amazing Battle-Ready Batman minifigure. Following on from the awesome Batman minifigure, we have Maddox, who is one of MetalBeard's crew. Now, I did say earlier in the video that I thought I recognised that face. It is quite unusual for LEGO to reuse faces in this kind of set, but they absolutely have done here. Can you guess where I've seen this one before? If you said Jay's lightning jet from the LEGO Ninjago movie, you'd be absolutely right. I don't know what it is about that face that made me recognise it right away, but once I saw the box art, I definitely knew I'd seen this minifigure before. Maddox is armed with a standard LEGO spear and makes quite a formidable character. He's dressed in typical Apocalypseburg style with lots of silver metallic details and straps. The legs themselves are two-tone. We can see we've got two different colours of plastic here with this dark grey and then the brown, and then overprinted on the front there we've got this chain decoration here with a gear on. We've got the toe cap there on his right hand side. I'm obviously looking through a camera so I have to reverse everything, and then he's got this really cool shoulder piece here with the couple of spikes which just sits between the head and the body. The torso print is very sharp. You can see this guy is well toned, doesn't avoid his days at the gym, and then we've got lots of metallics on here for the buckles on the straps and around the back. Yet more of those muscles and more metallic detailing for the straps. The facial expression you've seen before looks very like a salty sea captain kind of expression, much like you'd see in the Shark Army, and that is MetalBeard's crew member Maddox. And finally, the one we've all been waiting for, unless you're a Batman fan. This is Crab Mech Metalbeard, which is a lot easier to read than it is to say. Yarr, MetalBeard be really tall at just over 6 inches. And yes, I promise that will be the last time I try and speak like MetalBeard. Starting at the top, we have this shallow barrel element, complete with metallic gold flag, which forms the crow's nest. And yes, if you want to, you can put Maddox in there. Or not, as the case may be. There are no studs in there to connect him to, so you really are relying on some very careful balancing. The crow's nest and the mast connects to MetalBeard's body using a small ball joint. And that means if you want to, you can change the angle of the crow's nest. Being able to do that is also very useful if you want to peer inside MetalBeard's chest. The chest is essentially MetalBeard's body and is hinged to reveal his contents. These are apparently MetalBeard's internal organs, but to me it looks like a sausage and a bone. On top of the chest we have what looks like an engine block with these metallic gold pistons. These are on pivots so you can move them up and down. And on top we've got some brown cheese slopes which give it a nice texture. MetalBeard himself isn't half the man he used to be, but he does look very cool. I love the pirate hat which comes with a minifigure skull and crossbones and a trans orange flame element. We also have MetalBeard's gnarly expression complete with gold tooth and eye patch. And MetalBeard wouldn't be MetalBeard without a metal beard. This is a really cool element and I love the riveted detail within. MetalBeard rightly keeps his internal organs under lock and key. We don't have the key, but we certainly have a lock in the shape of this custom printed 1x1 tile. MetalBeard's hands are not one but two hooks, which in MetalBeard's own words makes it really difficult to wipe his bum. Although I've looked and looked and he doesn't appear to have one. What he does have are 5 very fiddly legs made out of 3 swords, a chainsaw and a telescope. Because why not? The problem these legs presents is that it can be really frustrating to get MetalBeard to stand up properly. Any slight adjustment he goes everywhere. And then of course you have to line them all up again and it's all very fiddly. I can imagine this being very frustrating for the younger builder. Although there is a gear and what looks like some kind of turning mechanism, the body connects directly to the legs with no movement. The reason these legs are so frustrating is that they simply snap onto an octagonal element. 3 of the legs are made out of these awesome cutlass elements and MetalBeard scuttles along on the end. Another leg is fantastically tipped with a metallic gold telescope. And for leg number 5 we have what appears to be a chainsaw. MetalBeard also has a trusty cutlass which is kind of just attached to the side somewhere. And then around the back we've got one of these gold clip elements for some reason. Maybe that's the thing that MetalBeard can't wipe with his hooked hands. This is not the only LEGO Movie 2 set to feature MetalBeard, although it may be the biggest MetalBeard that we get. The MetalBeard you see on the right here is much smaller and comes from the mini master building MetalBeard poly bag. You can see more of him in my video which opens up every LEGO Movie 2 poly bag. If I remember, I'll put a link to that on screen now. Also included with Battle-Ready Batman and MetalBeard, we get this very cute star element. This is actually made out of 2 different LEGO elements. We've got this chunky star element at the back here, which is moulded with this round piece that sticks to things very nicely. And then we have a 2x2 tile with this particularly attractive smiley star face. This looks great. Now, unfortunately, we don't get the alternate face. With the Star-Stuck Emmett polybag, we actually got a sad star as well, but I'm thinking this is probably exclusive to the poly bag and we're stuck with just the smiley star. So that was set number 70836, Battle-Ready Batman and MetalBeard from the LEGO Movie 2. For me this is one of those sets which is really cool to look at but actually quite frustrating to play with. I have no real issues with Batman's throne, it is what it is. Okay, so the gearing which makes the sign go from side to side might be a little bit pointless, but overall it's a pretty cool thing and I love that Batman minifigure. The star is simply adorable, there's nothing not to like there. But the biggest disappointment from this set is MetalBeard. He looks great, and if you're going to put him on a shelf and display him like I am, that's no problem. But if you want to play with this guy, you're going to find him very frustrating. Those legs are way too flimsy and he just falls over at every touch. Whatever you make of Battle-Ready Batman and MetalBeard, I really hope you enjoyed this LEGO Movie 2 unboxing, speed build and review video. If you did, there's a bunch of other LEGO Movie 2 reviews on my channel. That really is all we've got time for, so thanks a million for checking out today's review, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next build video.